All right, it's Apostle Dwann. I'm just going over a quick checklist for you. If you've written a book, you're about to write a book or whatever. I told you guys about that nightmare horror story that one of my clients experienced because they went with someone who told them they could do, their book. And when I looked at their book, it hadn't been edited properly or anything like that. So I'm just sharing some information with you guys. Here's a quick checklist before you book a designer for final layout of your book. I mean, first off, you want to potentially ask them how many books have they done, but here's what you want. You want to make sure that you have a professional editor edit your book for real. That doesn't mean somebody who's a teacher or a friend who's a good, a writer. You want a real editor because there's different ways and different kinds of editing. There are people who edit the story idea and the content of your book, and then there are people who go through and read to make sure that it's flowing right. So you really need somebody who understands what the way a book is supposed to be written. Just because your friend got an A in English doesn't mean he or she is a good editor. So again, you want to get a professional editor. Number two, you want to make sure that your book has an ISBN number if you really want to own your own. Now, when you go through Amazon, to upload your own book, they give you ISBNs starting off. So you can get it done without necessarily having to buy your own, but buying your own is good. And I can show you how to get that. I mean, that's very simple. Just go to Bowker, BOWKER. I can show you that a little bit later. Number three, you want to make sure that you have your biography professionally written. I mean, normally in the jacket, in the back of the book, or somewhere on your website, there's going to be a biography, an autobiography about yourself. So you want to make sure that that's written professionally, because you'd be surprised at some horror stories we see. You would also make sure that you have a professional summary written about your book. That's like a teaser. What is your book about? You need that. So you want to put that in there or have somebody do it. You can also choose at least 2 to 3 book cover styles that you like. You want to choose about 2 or 3 book cover styles that you like. So when you go to the designer, you go out to the firm, you can say, hey, I like these book covers. My book is about this. I want to see it like this in these colors, because you're going to get done a lot faster. Because typically we try to get books done within 30 days. If you come to us with everything, we're going to get it done in 30 days, 45 max. But that's because all we're doing is design, layout. If we need to do some of that other stuff, of course, we have those packages. But I'm saying if you come and say, I've got my manuscript done, we are trying to push you out of here within 30 days and get you on your way. Then the other thing, you want to make sure that you invest in a book coach or pay somebody for an hour of their time who has been a successful author. They know what they're doing, because you need to understand the book writing process so that you can make sure that you really have this thing together. Don't try to wing it on your own as a self-author, and don't try to get on YouTube and just look for everything, because you're never going to get, you're never going to find everything that you need to really get that book out. And then last but not least, you really do need a marketing plan. It's a marketing plan that sells books. You got to have a plan. Just because you write a book doesn't mean that your family and friends are going to buy it, because you got to think about your audience. Who is your book for? Who's it written to? Why would anybody want to buy it? And you got to have somewhat of a marketing plan. If you don't have a marketing plan, you may not sell anything. And so for some of you who don't like to market or don't like to post on different social media, you probably want to get a plan together and pay somebody to do it for you, or discipline yourself to post daily, because out of sight is out of mind. You know what I mean? So if people don't know about your book, they're not going to buy your book. If you don't talk about your book, people aren't going to buy your book. So anyway, just wanted to stop and say that again, because of that horror story that we have. If you haven't seen the horror story, you can go back to our email, or I'll put a link there so you can hear about it, what happened. But we were able to help them, so that was good. And I just wanted to stop and give you guys this quick checklist for you to have before you book a designer for your final layout of your book. All right, God bless you. Chat with you later.